But if you do it as a group, you won't eat quite so much damage and you'll be able to live a lot longer and clear a lot faster, basically. So please try and stay grouped up as the tanks, unless you like wiping your tank a lot, and then you'll just have to keep jumping in a new ride. If your cart dies, don't worry, just hop in a new one and keep on clearing. This part will take a little while. Don't worry about what cart you're in right now. Just get practice at your cart. Shooting, tank, driving it, and whatever rolls, because you're going to need that practice for the boss fight. There's 2 spots in every vehicle, a driver and passenger spot. So hop in anything. Motorcycles, do not worry about dropping pyrite or tar at this point. Do not do that. You don't need to. Motorcycle drivers, you're just basically going to drive around and do nothing right now, because those don't really do a whole heck of a lot in clearing right now. But you get to drive around the map and have some fun while you're waiting for the siege engines and demolisher teams to basically clear everything. So if you're not in a vehicle, don't worry about it. Just wait for them to die and respawn, and then just keep hopping in them until we clear the whole place. So this part does take a while to get everything, all those beams of light, and you see the red and the green up in the sky, those also have to be killed as well. There are buildings on the right and the left side. You have to get your tanks down in there around those hallways and bridge to clear those too. On the right, there's a ramp and a bridge. You have to go down the ramp and clear that area, and go on the right across the bridge and clear that. On the left, you go up the ramp, and there's an arachnid spider with some towers and buildings, and there's also a hallway on the left. You have to go down and around the hallway and clear those buildings as well. So, and everything in the middle. So please just try and stick together, clear everything in the middle, then clear to the right, then go over and clear everything on the left, and then we should be able to clear up the boss room and get started. And just hang out if you're not in a vehicle. I wouldn't recommend running down there on your mount, because you will get one-shotted very easily if you're not in a vehicle. You will die quickly. The helicopters, when you do see helicopters spawn about halfway through the clearing, the range people with turrets, they should be your priority target. You see those lasers shooting? Those are helicopters, those rockets. You do want to kill the helicopter barrage, because they do a lot of damage to your tank. So make sure you prioritize helicopters when you're killing the ads down there. They are the worst ones. So you don't keep losing your car while you're trying to clear stuff. Alright, anybody want to ride? There's a spot. Just gonna ride around and do nothing. It's a chopper, so you just get to ride around and observe. The only loot drop in here is you'll get Timewalking badges or a chance for 200 gear. There's no regular, there are a few low chances you can get a BOE, but the normal loot drop table in here does not exist. So there's no point like trying to farm any specific stuff and all that other mess. And we're not doing hard mode for anybody that asks, because hard mode, you can't complete hard mode for the mount, because some of the bosses you need to do hard mode are not active in this raid. So doing hard mode is pointless. So you do not need to do any of that other stuff. And we don't need hard mode because it's 100% waste of time because of that. And you'd rather just get your loot and get to it quicker than trying to do hard mode. Hard mode is a lot more scaled in difficulty, and it's very difficult to do with a puggish type of team. And it would take quite a lot longer with a lot more wipes, and I don't think we want to spend 12 hours in here trying to clear hard mode with a pug. 3 or 4 hours max for the 10 or 11 bosses should be about it on the average.
Probably go ahead and start the green and the main tower because we've got that going clear.
Yeah. There's still another couple more beams on the right. Did you guys go down the ramp on the right? The green's clear. Yeah, you still got to go down the right ramp. There's 2 more beams and another building on the right, as well as here. Where the arachnid just dove off to, you want to go down that ramp after he dies. Then we got to get the left side. Yeah, go down the right ramp if you're still in a car. A lot more helicopters will spawn now, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. When we get towards the end of this clearing, that's when the helicopters start to spawn quite a bit more. So please target those rocket barrage helicopters if you see them. Yeah, a lot of helicopters incoming right now.
How many vehicles do we have left?
A lot of them just died, so a lot of people are respawning up there at that point and coming back down.
Right.
We're gonna reset the boss anyways, so it's gonna reset with a whole set of new vehicles once we're at the boss, so don't worry about that anyway right now. If it dies, just keep clearing. When we do a reset, it's gonna unlock our portal up there for us, so we don't have to keep running down here, and it's gonna reset a fresh batch of complete full set of new vehicles. So everybody will have a vehicle once we get up here and reset the boss. You'll know when it's time to do the boss, because when everything's dead, an emote will come out. Security defenses disabled. Bran will throw out a speech when you know it's about ready. So when you don't hear, until you hear Bran's speech, keep clearing. You'll know when everything's been killed off when you hear that Bran emote speech story. There's still the green side and clearing all this and getting the boss set up properly is the hardest part. This boss fight, the key to winning it is getting a very good team pull setup. So do not miss aggro the boss on the pull. Very careful. I can't stress that enough. Because if we keep resetting the boss from bad pulls, it's just going to take a lot longer. Because we will have to farm a lot of pyrite. And if you pull the boss before we farm the pyrite, it's just going to keep resetting our pyrite, so we don't have that for the boss fight. Because the pyrite gives the tanks, demolishers, they eat the pyrite, you can stack up eating pyrite to get a 10 times damage buff. And that's really where the damage on the boss comes from. So that's very important to pay attention to. And very important you don't pull the boss, because we have to get 4 people on the turret. We're gonna hero when we get those 4 people launched up on the turret so they can be killed, because you do not want to engage the boss when the turrets are active, because they'll just kill your tank. The key is keeping your tank alive. So if your tank's dying now, you might want to get a good driver so you don't lose your tank. Well, when we're in the boss fight, now it doesn't matter, but The key to winning is not letting your tank die, whatever vehicle you're in. Keeping your vehicle alive as long as possible is how this fight is won. And that's not a joke, so you really got to be aware of whatever. If you're a driver, if you're a passenger, make sure some of you have shields for your tank drivers. Make sure your tanks are getting shielded. When you see them taking damage, push that shield button. You know, passenger and driver have to really be a solid team in here. There's a lot of helicopters, so be wary here. Turn around and shoot helicopters. There's a bunch coming in from the back right now. So turret people, please get ready. Look behind you right now. A bunch of helicopters are coming in. There's a whole like squadron. There's more helicopters. Turn around. There's about 5 or 6 more. Look in the middle of the room. They're coming up to us now. You should see like about 6 or 7 more choppers coming in. You want to kill those too. And there's your remote. So we are clear. Everybody out of the room. Please don't go in the room. We're gonna clear this last helicopter. One of you demolishers, can you shoot the boss for me and tag him and let him activate and back up?
30 seconds to reevaluation.
Just pull him and we're just gonna reset the boss. So back up a bit. He does come past the gate, past the first set of pylons. And we're gonna reset him.
Target threat level 0. Acquiring
If you need,
I think we need the last wing over here.
is there something still up?
Yeah, on the far right.
Okay, we got it.